fact that it zooms in,
the power of the speech is like,
the power of the speech. Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's fucking riveting. And then that's followed up by my favorite scene in the movie is when they go to the club, and it's just like 5 minutes of them dancing.
That's my favorite scene.
That's like my favorite scene of like the year. You know, it's just like this celebration of the culture. As you said, Vic, it's like the celebration of the culture and the sense of community with the song in the background and everybody smiling, and it's sending up black unity, and it's singling out like, you know, different black faces and stuff like that. And it's a great and powerful scene, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was
the unity between them,
exactly,
being by themselves, just trying to chill, you know.
Yeah,
it showed you from that point of view, but on the flip side, if you looked at it from the KKK point of view, that was them all hanging out at the bar, shooting pool, fucking, you know, drinking beers and getting fucked up and doing fucked up shit.
Yeah,
it showed them becoming a brotherhood too. How you said it shows the parallels of both sides of the Black Panthers and the KKK.
Yeah.
But it was just the same but different to me. You know, like I still saw the organization. I still saw the brotherhood and the unity. It was just more of a fucked up way or morbid
of representing it.
Yeah, way of representing it. But I like the fact that they elaborated on that, and they would show it almost simultaneously, like one right after another. How they would say at the rallies, and you know, get the people, because basically they filled them with fear, like, hey, these people are killing us. We need to come together, and they would come full circle on the other side. They would say, you know, we need to fucking kill these people because they're taking over. It was the same from one party saying black power to the other party saying white power. It was almost simultaneously together. So drawing those lines, I see it, you know, as disturbing as anybody. It's dangerous on both ends.
It's like the balance beam is like you're just gonna teeter or totter and fall off. It's like,
yeah, they're both really how do you say almost infatuated with being so pride that it's a clash of both of them, and you get to see that in the movie simultaneously. And I think seeing it from both sides, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
You know,
you get to see their dueling their dueling ideologies, and like how much one sort of kind of feeds into the other, but like not so much in a symbiotic way, but just how like they're like almost fighting for the same thing of like their right to do something. It's just like one is rooted in bigotry and hatred, and the other is rooting in fighting the oppression and freedom and liberty and self-identity and love and stuff like that. And the parallels of that, as the movie goes on, it further draws those parallels to great effect, I think.
And both views, they think they're just fighting, they keep fighting, and then they just, like, one's fighting for their freedom, like you're saying, and one's fighting just to keep them down.
Yeah.
But in their view, they're both right. Everyone's right. And so it will never be resolved. That's basically what the movie is about.
And then you see the real people who get hurt are the pretty much the people that are doing it, you know, are sometimes even the innocent. Excuse me. And that's what I liked about the movie, when they showed the end of the real shit, of the real people getting ran over by cars at protests, getting strung up and beaten to death, stabbed or whatever. And it shows you that shit is real. You know, from the movie to the actual documentary part of it, it shows you both sides, you know. It shows you the enabler. It's kind of letting you know that it's still still very strong.
Exactly.
You know?
But at the end, okay, because obviously a lot of, you know, through the years, people have said that Spike Lee is an extremist and yada yada yada, and you know, stuff like that. But at the end, he throws up the like the memorial.
Oh yes.
For somebody who died.
Heather Locke something. Yeah.
She was the
But she was
the girl that was
Caucasian.
Yeah, she was white.
You know,
Yeah.
and that right there, that's the perfect. That's why that's not heavy-handed at all. That's the perfect ending to the film.
Yeah,
because she died.
Yeah, fighting for the same cause as the Black Student Union was. It's again,
all it is thinking clearly.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
because racism, and they show this throughout the movie, like through the KKK's perspective, it's all rooted in they were wronged by certain individuals, and they chalk it up to the entire race. Are all going to be like that. You know, it's like rooted in tragedy. One of the main guys, the president, I think,
David Duke.
or not the one that was below him.
Jesse, Felix,
Felix, or Walter.
Not Felix.
The guy with the glasses and the mustache.
The one, he was more level-headed. He when we would get introduced to his character, he tells Flip about how he was the reason why he joined the cause is because his wife was brutally raped by a bunch of African Americans, and what else happened? Oh, he was savagely beaten. You know, and more oftentimes than not, the cases of racism are because of something that's rooted in tragedies like that.
Correct.
You know.
And the movie, and then also at the end when it shows that documentary footage, I think it puts a final point that if because the audience has been sort of enjoying the ride and has been laughing at the KKK this whole time throughout the movie, but the ending shows you just how dangerous these people are. It's like, you laugh, but their actions killed this young lady. And these are people that are dangerous and they are alive today, as you say. It goes straight from the cross burning at the end to the Tiki Torch March that just happened a few months ago.
They were saying the same shit.
Blood
and soil.
It's crazy the attention to detail that Spike has, and the way that he shoots the movie and his editing and the score is great.
I love the score. I'm really happy and thankful that there is no modern day hip hop in this movie.
Because it would have threw me off. It would have been too easy to throw in a bunch of 90s hip hop songs, and would have been too heavy handed to throw in
a lot of NWA.
A lot of NWA and a lot of Jay-Z stuff, and it would have been super.
That's an interesting point that you bring up. It was very, very classic.
Excuse me.
At the same time,
I liked the fact that it was a timepiece that kept true
to the
with the music and the style.
The style and the clothing and the aesthetic and the cars. I
love the cars in that too.
The lingo and stuff like that. It's great.
One thing I want to throw in is at the ending, for me, the deeper meaning is this as well, is that the girl who died in those Charlottesville riots, the deeper meaning for me is that even though she died, she's one symbol of it is getting better. It can be better, but it just sucks that it costed a life. So, that's probably another deep meaning that Spike Lee put into this movie.
It's almost it's sad part that she had to be a martyr, but she's an example of
silver lining.
And it was one only.
It's almost
so deep.
It's almost like you're hurting the same people that you're protecting, and it's vice versa. And I like how he said. I think that's genius that he put in the real footage at the end. That really struck a note with me, because it lets you, like I said, the viewer piece that together, that it's still here.
It's the final exclamation point on the statement that the movie was making. And I also like how the dialogue is very much. It's like taking wholesale things from things said today and putting it in reference to of yesterday, like all of Stokely Carmichael's speech that he does in the movie, especially the point where he talks about how cops are killing black teens. It's very much a statement on the current things going on today, and like
police brutality has been an ongoing thing for years and years.
Then at the beginning with Alec Baldwin's part when he refers to them as super predators, which is a thing that Clinton said when she was campaigning for her husband. So like it borrows stuff from that and puts it into the movie as sort of reference points for the statement that it's trying to make.
It gives you subtle hints that this is from real shit, from real life.
Yeah. Like when then they actually did find the racist cop, and they're like, "Hey, we want no track record of this." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Why are you gonna put everything on blast?" Like I was just kind of losing my shit at that little moment.
When
I could see why though. Like,
the chief. Yeah, I didn't. So
the chief. Yeah.
So if it's loosely based, I know after 20 years the FBI that's why it's surfacing.
Well, it surfaced because the guy Ron Stallworth wrote a book about it.
Okay.
And he published the book, and then somebody optioned the book, and that's how it got the screenplay and stuff like that. But and then it sort of plants the seed for at the end what the chief says to bury the case when at the beginning when. Driver's character is first infiltrating the Klan, and he sees those two guys standing off with those high-powered weapons, and Ron Stallworth meets with presumably the FBI agent who says, "Hey, those guys work for us. They're
head of security
here." And then when the chief says, "Hey, they want you to burn all evidence," you see why, because
it's because it's all connected.
And again, it's a great way to bring everything back around.
Maybe neutralize everything.
This movie's great about setting up and paying off things.
Subtle.
I like the fact that it's still it's still relevant today, but I think it's genius that he took this, because I didn't know about it until I saw the preview for it, and just the fact that just think about it, he infiltrated the KKK all the way to David Duke, the fucking Grand Wizard,
who's still active.
Who's still active today.
Like I think he just stepped down as being governor or something like that. It's
which is insane to me.
It's fucking
I don't get how people can be so and it all roots down to certain examples of people being done wrong, or fear, or one example in the movie was the wife who was so committed to serving for the purpose and killing individuals. She was willing to do anything, and then it just shows you how much of a coward they were, that they didn't even fucking do it themselves. They sent the fucking dude's wife to go plant the C4 bomb. You know what I'm saying?
And the movie also makes a great parallel by showing how the Ku Klux Klansmen back in the day were masked because they were ashamed. I mean, like, they wore masks to hide their identity.
Because they were the everyday people.
I mean, imagine if you went out and burned somebody, the next day people saw your face, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have a job the next day.
They're going to riot,
and so it's great about that, as you said, of like showing the dichotomy. And then the wife's character of the Ku Klux Klan, she has a counterpart in the girlfriend who is also committed to her cause.
True.
But in a totally different way, and she's more for and she's fighting for the total opposite reasons that the wife is fighting. And so each character sort of has their own
reflection. Yin yang.
I love the kind of send off for the actual movie where we have the two main characters,
and
they do that
trademark Spike Lee shot.
They do that, and it's like a tribute to blaxploitation as well, where they're kind of floating through the hallway, and they end up towards the window, and then you go outside the window with the camera, and we see the Klan members kind of burning the cross, and they do that really eerie shot where you can see the cross burning in the eye and the pupil. I thought that was really good lead up to when they do like the Trump stuff and everything. So,
and also a great thing that this movie